I don't know if anyone will believe me, but this is the truth. I saw a village, an entire village, vanish before my eyes. One moment it was there, people, homes, laughter, life, and then gone. I was one of the last to walk its streets, and one of the only ones to survive. This is my story. It started with a journey into the unknown. I was a trader, traveling from village to village, selling cloth, spices, and small trinkets. I had heard of Ukoto before, but only in whispers. No one spoke of it openly. That place is cursed, an old man in the last village warned me. But I didn't listen. I was young and I had seen many places. I thought this was just another silly village superstition. I rode my cart deep into the forests, following the narrow path. The trees grew taller, the sunlight weaker. The deeper I went, the more wrong it felt. Then, as if from nowhere, Ukoto appeared. A village so quiet, so untouched, that it looked frozen in time. At first glance, Ukoto was like any other village. Small clay huts, farmers tending their crops, children playing. But something felt off. The villagers watched me with silent eyes. Their smiles felt forced, their voices hushed. When I approached an old woman sitting outside her hut, she only muttered, "You shouldn't be here." Before I could ask what she meant, a young boy ran up, grabbing my arm. His little fingers were cold, like he had been standing in the shade for hours. "You must leave before the drums stop." I frowned. What drums? But he just shook his head and ran off. That night, as I sat in the guest hut they had given me, an old man entered. The village elder. His eyes were cloudy and pale. He spoke slowly, every word feeling heavy. "You must leave before midnight." I laughed, thinking it was just another superstition, but then his face darkened. No one who stays past midnight ever leaves. His grip was ice cold, his voice full of fear. But I was stubborn. I had traveled too far to leave so soon. I should have listened. That evening, as the sun set, I noticed something strange. The entire village began to change. People locked their doors, closed their windows, blew out their lanterns. The streets emptied within minutes. Then I heard them. Boom, boom, boom. Drums, slow, deep, coming from the forest. I stepped outside, curious. The air was thick, too thick. My skin prickled. The trees swayed, but there was no wind. Then the drums stopped, and in the silence, I heard something worse, a whisper, right behind me. I turned around. Nothing was there. Then a scream. A woman's voice, shrieking in terror, then another and another. Doors rattled, voices cried out. I ran toward the elder's hut, pounding on his door. "Elder, what's happening? Let me in." No answer. I turned to the streets, and my blood ran cold. The houses were disappearing. One by one, huts crumbled into darkness. Villagers ran, their bodies vanishing before my eyes. A man sprinted toward me, screaming, "Help me, please!" And then he was gone, like he had never existed. I ran, fast, my breath was ragged, the ground shook beneath me. Behind me, more screams. The village was being swallowed whole. A voice whispered my name, right in my ear. I didn't turn around. Ahead, the road was crumbling into nothingness. I leapt forward, barely landing on solid ground. And then, silence. I turned back. Ukoto was gone. Not even ruins remained, just an empty field. For years, I never spoke of that night, not until I went back. I traveled to nearby villages, asking old men and women about Ukoto, but they looked at me like I was mad. Ukoto? There is no village called Ukoto. I searched maps, records, elders, nothing, as if it had never existed. But I remember, and sometimes, late at night, when the wind is still, I hear the drums, boom, boom, boom.
Do you think this really happened? Leave your thoughts below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to NEB'S Story Tales for more captivating tales. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next story.